What's up, everybody? My name's Big Cam and welcome back to another movie review. And today we are talking about 2026's The Bluff. And The Bluff is a great little pirate movie now streaming on Amazon Prime. Last time I checked, it was #1 on Amazon Prime. Debuted immediately on Prime as #1. And I think this is exactly what people want from like Prime and streaming movies. And honestly, I would have gone and seen this in theaters if it was available, you know, like, and if I saw like trailers for it, but I never saw any trailers for it. And then all of a sudden it was just kind of like, hey, it's out on Amazon. I was like, oh, I'll check it out. I like Priyanka Chopra Jonas and Carl Urban, who I believe both know each other from The Boys set. So maybe they linked up on The Boys and was like, hey, you want to go do a movie over here? We got a pirate thing we could go do. And they were like, sure. So yeah, those two back together. And this movie is from director Frank E. Flowers, who was born in '79, so fairly young director, actually. And he's done things like Swallow in 2004, which is like a short film. He's done Haven in 2004. As a director, he wrote the Bob Marley One Love biopic. He wrote and executive produced and directed The Bluff here, so maybe this is like his return to like directing, you know what I mean? And yeah, The Bluff though, its Letterboxd synopsis reads, "Betrayal cuts deep. When her tranquil life on a remote island is shattered by the return of her vengeful former captain, a skilled ex-pirate must confront her bloody past and unleash her deadly talents to save her family from a ruthless siege." Ooh. And this film's about 100 minutes long, you know, just over an hour and a half, hour 40 minutes. And, you know, the two of them, you know, some spoilers, I'm trying not to spoil the whole thing for you, but Priyanka Chopra Jonas, who is, I believe, Joe, or no, not Joe, Joe, Nick, Kevin. So I think Nick Jonas's wife is Priyanka here. And Carl Urban, of course, Billy the Butcher from The Boys, he's playing Captain Connor, a very skilled captain, but it seems like he takes like some like dip or like eats something that maybe gives him like, you know, like gets him like ramped up. Maybe it's like cocaine or something, and he's like, yeah, you know, like, I don't know. But either way, you know, Carl Urban as the pirate captain bad guy in this whole film actually is pretty damn great. But when Ursel, or Bloody Mary, freaking Priyanka Chopra Jonas, she comes into picture and she is so badass. I don't know what it is about Priyanka and doing these like badass action movies, you know, like some things that I like think of her as more recently, Heads of State, you know, like with John Cena and Idris Elba, you know, those two guys who are known for doing stunts and action movies, and like John Cena's a wrestler, and out of that movie, the three of them, Priyanka's the one doing most of the stunts, you know, like it's insane that she's the person, you know, like she's gorgeous, so I mean, not that gorgeous women can't do stunts, but it's not the most common thing in Hollywood, like, so a person like her to be doing as much stunts as she's doing and as well as she's doing them and making them look that good and then just being covered in blood, you know, like there's other women out there that would be like, ew, gross, I don't want to do this, where Priyanka's like, I'm fucking game, let's go, which just is so funny to me because her husband's Nick Jonas, so clearly she wears the pants in the relationship. She's the badass. I guarantee she goes home, she's like, cover me in blood and dirt, I'll kill that spider, and Nick Jonas is like, ah, ah. That's how I picture it, at least. I could be wrong, but I think I'm not. Oh god. But there was a couple other people in here that I recognized, and one of them being Tamora Morrison as Quartermaster Lee, and T.H. Bowden was Ismael Cruz Cordova. He was in, I believe, the TV show, the Rings of Power TV show, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, not too crazy a cast. Her son, Isaac, and her like sister-in-law, Elizabeth, both of those actors, you know, I don't know if it was the actors' faults or just those characters in the movie, but boy, oh boy, did they piss me off. The son, I mean, the son for some reason was like, you know, had like Forrest Gump legs and had to use like the metal brackets to walk, and you know, his mom's fighting and he's hiding under the floorboards, and for some reason he couldn't shut the fuck up. He's like, Mom! film, and he gets caught. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, you're supposed to be hiding, not talking. What the fuck? That's like literally somebody breaks into your house and you're hidden in the closet, and then you go, I'm in here. Like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, what kind of dumbass shit is that? Like, oh, he's a kid. Kids aren't that fucking stupid, bro. Like, they're pretty dumb, but they're not that fucking dumb. Like, where it pisses you off, his actions in the movie. Like, come on, dog. And then, like, the Elizabeth, the other girl, to start the movie, she's extra dumb. And she's like, oh, I'm leaving. I'm going off with my boyfriend. She runs away and then finds him dead. And she's like, ah! She runs back, and you're like, God, this woman. But then once, you know, Priyanka finds her, and she's like, we have to go to the caves. We have to get your brother, whatever, your nephew, because she's like auntie or whatever. But, like, you know, there was a lot of this movie I loved. There was some parts I didn't, but for the most part, I really did dig, like, the action. I loved that it was, like, a pirate movie. I loved that it was gory. Like, there was elements of this that was, like, bloody, violent, gory, blood, you know, not afraid to show blood all over the place. Like, if anything, this really made me want more pirate movies and more Pirates of the Caribbean, but I want it more like this, where it's gory, it's bloody, it's violent. But Disney's way too soft for that, so that won't happen, unfortunately. But if anything, more pirate movies, more Bloody Mary. You know, I would love to see a prequel story about Bloody Mary. You know, some of the flashback shots in this of like a young Bloody Mary looked like goddamn Wonder Woman. You know what I mean? Sieging something. I don't know, but she is badass, and I would love to see more Bloody Mary in a prequel or in a sequel. If they want to do a movie again with Priyanka Chopra Jonas, you know, spoilers, Carl Urban might not be there, but who knows? Maybe she's got another lover from her past that's a bad dude, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I would be totally here for it, but if not, this is a one-and-done pirate film and it's straight to streaming, I'm not mad at it, you know? I did say I would have gone and seen this in theaters if I saw a good enough trailer for it, but also, you know, like, some of the quality of it throughout it, you're like, yeah, this is a streamer for sure, but for the most part, it looked pretty damn good for an Amazon Prime straight-to-streaming movie. And as far as action goes, I really liked it. The stunt department did a great job, and Priyanka Chopra Jonas deserves a Medal of Honor for this movie, because she, for sure, is where most to all of my points go for this movie. Overall, I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars, about a 7 out of 10. If I had to give it a true 10 score, though, we're talking like a 7.6, 7.7. Pretty up there for me. I enjoyed it. Something that I would rewatch, you know, and like fully, you know, be invested in all over again, or just rewatch happily, just being like, oh, look at this part coming up, this is gonna be a big explosion, boom, you know, you're like, ah, oh, see that blood, you know, like, there's certain aspects of this that you could rewatch and be like, ha, that was cool. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on this movie, and I'd love to hear them down in the comment section below, or you can message me on my other social medias, links for those down in the description below. Bigg Cam, 2 G's in the Big, pretty much anywhere, and you can find me. Also, I'd love to hear down in the comment section below, what have you been watching lately? Is there any pirate films or anything that came to streaming recently that you've been checking out that you liked, or maybe you didn't like? Either way, I'd love to hear what you've been watching, and I'd love to have some movie recommendations for what you'd like to see next, you know? And every Friday I got James Bond movie reviews that have been coming out, so the next one's going to be License to Kill, 1989's License to Kill, I believe, with Timothy Dalton as James Bond in his final appearance as Bond. But yeah, and I believe The Boys season 5 will be coming up. I don't remember how season 4 ended, but I think Priyanka and Carl Urban will both be back, and that's coming up in April or May or something like that. So yeah, more boys around the corner, more action, more gory violence. So yeah, I'm totally here for it. And yeah, overall score for this movie, 7.7, 3.5 out of 5 stars. Not bad film. Pretty good for a streamer. Actually, pretty great for a streamer, but pretty good for a film in general. And yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. Please drop those down in the comment section below if you'd like to support the channel, or you can drop a like on this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you hit that bell so you don't miss future movie reviews and you get the notifications when those come out. Once again, my name is Bigg Cam, and I'll see you gorgeous folks in the next video. Peace.